It's been formally announced today that the WBO World Heavyweight Championship fight between champion Joseph Parker and mandatory challenger Hughie Fury has been rescheduled for September 23rd, and the fight will now take place in Manchester, which is the hometown of Hughie Fury. The previously scheduled contest between these two was set to take place in Joseph Parker's home country of New Zealand. Hughie Fury pulled out of that fight with some type of injury. Was it a back injury, an ankle? I can't remember exactly what injury it was. So there you have it, people. Rescheduled. Hughie Fury has a tune-up fight before then, which is, I believe, next month, in a couple weeks' time. The question most people are going to be asking themselves is, will Hughie Fury actually go through with his Joseph Parker fight this time? Because Hughie Fury has a track record of pulling out of fights, turning down numerous fights, so on and so forth. If Fury does pull out again this time, the ramifications for him and his boxing career could be catastrophic. What do you guys think? Will Hughie Fury actually go through with this fight, or will he pull out once again? There are a lot of people who truly believe that Hughie Fury has some type of confidence issue. I saw an interview, I believe it was uploaded yesterday on IFL TV, with Peter Fury, the dad of Hughie Fury and his trainer. And when he was asked about the situation with Hughie Fury and being injured, he didn't really answer it directly, but to me his answer was quite revealing, because he started talking about, at high-level boxing, the slightest little niggle can be a problem. The fighter has to feel 100%. If he doesn't feel 100%, then you shouldn't go through with it. So maybe I'm misinterpreting, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but my take on what he said was that Hughie Fury wasn't, seriously injured at all. He didn't have any type of injury that really would have prevented him fighting, but it was maybe something that was playing on his mind a little bit, because he didn't want to, it's his first title shot, so he didn't want to go in there with any kind of even little niggles. And maybe that's fair enough, but when you have a track record like Hughie Fury, you start asking questions like, does he have some type of confidence issue here? Does there need to be absolutely no niggles, no nothing? Because most fighters will tell you that they go into fights with niggles on a regular basis. Most top fighters will tell you that. It's very rare for them to go into a fight without some little niggle. And if that's the case, is Hughie Fury really cut out for top-level boxing? I guess we'll find out soon enough. A lot of people felt that Joseph Parker's performance against the substitute opponent, whose name escapes me at the moment, last time out, was poor. And they felt that if it had been Hughie Fury in the ring against Parker that night, rather than the guy that did fight Parker, that the title would have changed hands. With that being said, I think the guy was called Kajanu. Correct me if I'm wrong. Kajanu, I believe, was it Razvan Kajanu? His name has just popped into my head for some reason, just randomly. I believe it was Razvan Kajanu. The thing about Razvan Kajanu, who's obviously a very confident character, a limited heavyweight, but very confident, and he had sparred extensively with Joseph Parker prior to fighting him. So familiarity breeds contempt. When you're that familiar with someone, the nervousness and all that kind of stuff is really dampened. You don't really feel nervous. You've been in the ring with him a bunch of times before. So Hughie Fury won't have that. Hughie Fury's never been in the ring with Joseph Parker. You don't know what he's like. You don't know what his power's like, his speed, so on and so forth. So anyway, people, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Will this fight actually go ahead? If Hughie Fury does pull out, what should happen to him? What will happen to him? What do you think is most likely? How do you see this fight going if it takes place? Who's going to win? How will Joseph Parker travel? I mean, he's traveled before to the United States, but he's never traveled to fight in the UK. So to me, I'm going to be watching and seeing how early Joseph Parker arrives in the UK, because he's going to have to get, used to the time difference and all that, and get his body clock sorted. It's a very, very big time difference between New Zealand and the UK. I believe it's something like 12 hours. I mean, it's a huge difference. If I was Joseph Parker or anyone in his team, I'd be looking to arrive in the UK at least, and I mean at least, 3 weeks ahead of the fight, because the time difference is so huge, So I'd be looking to arrive at least 3 weeks ahead of the fight, maybe even a month, and just stay in the UK. There's plenty of gyms in the UK, plenty of places for Joseph Parker to train. And because he's not a celebrity in the UK, he's not known, he'll be able to do his road work and, do all the running and go about his business as normal without being harassed or stopped by the public. In fact, I'm sure Joseph Parker is far less well known in the UK than he is in New Zealand. So I'm sure when he walks around in New Zealand, he's a bit of a celebrity around there. But in the UK, he'll be able to do his thing anonymously, and there won't be any issues. There's plenty of sparring in the UK, top quality heavyweight sparring. So yeah, he shouldn't have any issue at all. That's what I would do if I was Joseph Parker. The time difference, the jet lag and all that kind of stuff is a very big deal when it's a 12-hour difference. Those are my thoughts. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. It's happening. I'm out.